When divided up, each one is then packaged up into its own now familiar plastic container.
This is basically a microcomputer board. It's today's version of the old computer, which used to take up a whole room, if you like, in the old technology which used radio valves. This uses modern solid-state circuits, so it has the central processor unit, it has memory, which we call a random access memory, and it has other sorts of memory, which we call read-only memory. But the whole thing is, in fact, one complete computer. And indeed, although this may look modern, we are now making computers which have got all the memory on board in one integrated circuit, which looks just like that. So we have now already replaced this board with something within that one chip.
The technology for manufacturing chips is improving all the time. The next development is to draw the circuits using beams of electrons or X-rays rather than photographic masks. The point of this is they'll be able to get even more components onto one chip. Just on the market is a thing called the 64K, which has got 64,000 bits of memory. And it won't be too long before they'll be able to manufacture a chip no bigger than that with 1 million bits of memory. They're forecasting that the year that'll be available has been anticipated for some time, 1984.
Now, a microprocessor is really nothing more than an extremely small computer, absolutely minute. And this confers certain enormous advantages on it. The first is that because it's very small, you can mass produce it, and because you can mass produce it, it becomes immensely cheap. I mean, shortly one will be able to buy powerful computers, which once upon a time would have cost £1 million, literally. You'll be able to buy these for a matter of pennies. Now, it also means that because you reduce the computer in size and it becomes a solid-state device rather than something made up of lots of transistors, it becomes almost infinitely reliable. It's got no moving parts, so once you start it going, it'll go on working indefinitely. So computers are going to become widespread, extremely cheap, very much more powerful, and almost totally reliable.
The computer's a simple little cell, really. A fast mover, but only capable of thinking one thing at a time. But what goes on inside his tiny brain? Suppose he comes up to a green traffic light. His eye or sensor sends that information to the processor, which then stores it. His instructions, or his program, are stored in another memory. The processor looks up the instructions and decides what to do with the information. If the light's green, the program says keep going. But if it's red, the computer on a chip has thousands and thousands of tiny switches. You can see them here. And just like your light switch at home, each single transistor switch can be only on or off. Under the electron microscope, you can watch the switches operating on the chip. At full speed, each one can operate millions of times a second. And the way computers think is like this too. They deal in simple alternatives. Yes or no, do this or do that. And this little fellow's instructions are just like any computer's program. Simple steps, simple choices. Stop. Check the lights. Is the light green? Yes or no? If no, then stop. If yes, then go. But of course, the computer is only as good as its program. Soon, every home could have its own computer. They're already on sale in the high street, in shops like this for a few £100s. And it's a rapidly growing market for small businessmen and enthusiasts who can come here to learn how they work. Serge Lowry used to be an accountant. Now he runs a South London shop.
Now, right. I prefer this ham myself because it's cooked with the...
6 months ago, he borrowed a home computer to see how useful it might be even in a business as small as his. A commercial company supplied the program to help him with his bookkeeping.
It has been known to go wrong, yes. Connections come undone and it doesn't work, and there is a fault on the program as well, which it took me about a month or two to discover it wasn't me being stupid, but was actually a fault on the program.
In the future, I mean, say the program was right, the equipment was right, what benefit do you think it should be for people like you, small businessmen?
I think it would save a tremendous amount of time. That's what it's done for me. And the other thing it would do is produce information very quickly. I've just finished my first year's trading, actually, and I produced my accounts for the year in a perfectly good form for audit within 3 days of the end of the year, and that's really marvellous.
You look like you're quite happy about it. I mean, is it fun or what?
It is quite fun, yes. It's better than slaving over a hot ledger or whatever. It's not fun. It's interesting.
Newsflash. While performing spectacular hang gliding stunts around crowded suburban beaches, famous conjurer Gilberto and his assistant Gloria were swept out to sea on a freak gust of wind. The search is concentrating on a small group of islands far to the west.
Okay, Gilberto. Conjure us out of this one if you can.
Fine, Miss Waring. I suppose they'll send a search party, but until then, what on earth are we going to do? Gilberto's a good soul. He's not one to have much of a conversation with, and he's not even much of a conjurer.
It's not going to work. You're not going to get a rabbit out of that hat. Magic isn't going to help us in this place. We're on our own.
Yes, you are on your own, my dears. But I'm here to help you. If only you'd notice. Oh, I've been around for so long. But there's still plenty of strength left in the old girl.
Gosh, it's hot. Thinking of rabbits, we're going to have to find ourselves some food. I haven't eaten since breakfast.
Gilberto's string and scissors. What's he going to do?
Of course! Fishing! That's what you do on a desert island. Okay, my conjuring friend, let's go fishing. people might like eating raw fish, but I'm not one of them. I like it cooked. We're going to have to find something else to eat. You've done it again! Whoopee! Whoa. Come on. Oh, I couldn't eat another thing. I'm not so thirsty either. This place is a real paradise. Sea, sand, and back there as much fruit as we could eat, just waiting to be picked. What do you mean, no? You mean you picked all the fruit you could find up there? What about tomorrow? This here will go off. How long are we going to have to wait for more fruit to grow?
Oh, well, if we starve, I might as well starve looking beautiful. Ah, that's better. My skin's beginning to dry out like an old prune.
Like an old prune. Dried!
Good girl. At last you're thinking about me. Using me. Yes, I can dry more than your skin.
I wonder what we should put them on. Don't want them to get all sandy. And not too close to the water.
Oh, what a good idea.
We'll have our own supply of dried fruit soon. They'll never go bad. Have to protect them, though.
Keep the flies away. But would they dry out as well as if they weren't covered? I know. Thanks. There.
I wonder how long it'll take. Will that pineapple really dry out as well as the apricots? Perhaps it should be cut into smaller pieces. Oh, I don't know. I'll come back tomorrow. If there is a tomorrow. We're going to have to find shelter for the night. I suppose it's safe. There wouldn't be any wild animals on a place like this, surely.
Just a bird, I think. Survival kit. This is what we need. We'll get away from the water. Come on. If this is a joke, it isn't very funny. Tin cans, a bucket, sticky tape, some seeds and some plastic, silver foil, and a magnifying glass. Some survival kit. I'll go and get some good soil for these.
Every single thing in that kit they'll need, if only they'd think about me. It's not really so difficult.
Bleh. This soil's really sticky. Sort of heavy. I wonder if it's too strong for the seeds. The sand's sort of loose. I'll mix some of the soil with the sand. Might make the soil a bit less heavy. The seeds might have some chance of surviving. Gilberto, I'm the one doing all the work and you're the one doing all the playing.
He's doing more than you imagine, my dear. And you don't need any help. Don't interrupt his work.
Stop, Gilberto! The salt water will kill the seeds, and for the moment... The soil's quite moist anyway, thank you. I'll put these away now.
But she's putting them out of my way. Those seeds need me too. Oh well, they'll see soon enough. Yes, if he plays around with it a bit more, he'll get it. Right, there he goes. Now, if I can concentrate all my energy... Hello? Yes, he's got it.
Ow! Oh. Gilberto, this is no time for magic.
It's not magic, it's me. Oh, why don't you appreciate my power, my strength?
Fire! Let's go get some more leaves and dry wood.
Oh. Hey, come out here where I can get to work. That's better.
I think we've done it. And just in time. It's starting to get a bit cold. And dark.
My work is never done. I work 24 hours a day. Other places need me too, you know. But I've left them with a good reminder of me. Something of me.
Well, we made it through day one.
Morning. Time to get up.
Oh, what a lovely day.
Thank you.
Come on, let's go for a swim. We need a wash, come on.
Very nice. But you better get your chores done before I get too hot and strong.
We'd better go easy on the wood. Soon it's going to run out. Oh, it's hot work. Oh, what I wouldn't give for a glass of cool water. That's funny. I'm sure Gilberto didn't empty the water out of that bucket. Gilberto! Did you put that seawater on the seeds when I asked you not to? Oh, wonder where the water's gone then. Those seeds need a drink just as much as we do. Seawater in the bucket. Salt. The water's gone, leaving salt. So, the water that's disappeared must be fresh water. Gilberto's having one of his bright ideas. Something's coming. He's trying to catch the water.
Hey, out of my way. If you want this done, I need full strength.
Moisture on the plastic. Wonder if it's salt. It's fresh! Terrific! But we can't sit round here all day licking drop after drop off the plastic. We're going to have to work out a way of collecting it before it drops back into the bucket. You're a genius. Now the drops can go into the can. But how can we make sure that they drop into the can? Here.
Genius, maybe. But who's left doing all the work, I ask you? Not that I mind. Only too pleased to oblige, my dears. Anything for a glass of fresh water.
Everything is really sorting itself out. Almost perfect. During the day. Don't like it at night, though. The fire is terrific. Keeps us warm, cooks our food. But we need more shelter than just the fire on cold and windy nights. Master builder. Whoa! Wonderful! Okay for the moment, standing. But it's going to be terribly drafty. There are gaps. Oh well. Thank you. Oh! Oh, that's interesting. That's the soil left over from planting the seeds. Now it's as hard as a brick. Brick. Gilberto, we could make lots of bricks and build a shelter that wouldn't have any drafts at all. Still sloppy. This is going to take ages to dry.
It took me quite a while to get just a small pile the way they want it. I might be strong, but give me a chance. I'm a long way away, you know.
Hotter near the fire. The coals will still be hot. Might work. Give it a try. Oh, there must be another way. How can I make this less sloppy? I wonder if mixing something else in with the mud would help. Could try these leaves, I suppose. I'll tear them up and mix them in. Let's see what'll happen. Mixing leaves with the mud does make it less sloppy. The leaves are already on the hut, so I'll just add the mud. Never mind. It was a good try. I can't have given up hope for us yet. They'll come again. At least we've got good shelter for the night. We won't need the fire as much now. We'll probably only need it for cooking. Or will we need it even for that? only going to work when it's facing that way.
At last, recognition. I am being noticed and being used again.
We haven't done too badly for a couple of city slickers. We've caught fish, we've preserved fruits, we're even growing our own plants. Oh, they're growing a bit crookedly, aren't they? We built a shelter free from drought. We even made a solar cooker. And we've kept quite healthy. We've done it all on our own.
Oh, really?
Of course, we couldn't have done any of it without...
Thank you both.
Well, survival is one thing, but we're still stuck here. How are we going to get out of this mess?
Each day during the school term, ABC Television presents a comprehensive range of educational and informative programs. If you're viewing these daytime programs at home or in school, why not obtain your own personal copy of the ABC Education Radio and TV Guide? The annual subscription for the 3 editions of this publication during